This week you join us as we leave the UK in our tiny little home on wheels.
And we're going to take you along for the journey through France into northern Spain.
So without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we can start our European adventures, it's time to get Lola checked in at the pet reception. Taking the Eurotunnel is a really stress-free way to take your pet abroad. It was a super easy process and we were sat with a Starbucks waiting for our boarding time within about 10 minutes. Before we knew it, we were heading towards the English and French border control. And then it was finally time to board the train. This was our first time travelling via the Eurotunnel and we were surprised just how smooth the whole process is.
We're on the tunnel!
We've made it on the Eurotunnel.
Yes, so we've made it and we're firmly on our way to France. We took a 4.5 hour drive down to our park up. I'll put a screenshot where the park up is in case you're planning a early morning Eurotunnel and you want to stay the night before.
It was really nice actually.
So woke up bright and early this morning to get to the Eurotunnel check-in where we got this one checked in. Got ourselves some coffee and now we're firmly on our way. So the plan for the rest of the day is to get as far down to the mid-north of France as possible. So we're planning a 5-hour journey down to the Mont Saint-Michel car park where we're gonna basically stay the night, and then tomorrow we're gonna go into Mont Saint-Michel and explore there for the day, and we'll take you along with us. Okay, we've just pulled over into one of the airs on the side of the motorway just to have some food and let Laura out for a pee. So we're gonna have our food and then make our way further west to Mont Saint-Michel. After a very long and wet drive through the north of France, we arrived at Mont Saint-Michel, cooked up some pasta and winded down for the evening, ready for our first full day in France. Okay, we're up bright and early this morning, first full day in France. We're taking a nice brisk 40-minute walk up to Mont Saint-Michel to see what that's all about, and then we'll be making our way further south to get a bit of miles in, because our plan is to basically get through France as quick as possible so we can get into the warmer weather down in Spain. So yeah, we're going to go check this out. So here's a compilation of all the footage we get in Mont Saint-Michel. That's the omelette lady. We were blown away by the beauty of Mont Saint-Michel, with its cobbled streets and old, picturesque buildings. It was like stepping back in time as we walked through all the little alleys to discover the beauty this landmark has to offer. We then left Mont Saint-Michel and hit the road, heading south where it was time to refuel before heading to our park up for the evening. Okay, after a short drive from Mont Saint-Michel, we've arrived in the town of Pont-Riant. I'll put a little screenshot of where it is on the map in case you want to visit yourself, and we've come to this absolutely lovely air to spend the night and just recharge really, because the last couple of days have been pretty full on with all the driving, and we've had a bit of bad weather as soon as we got over to France, so it's nice to finally see the sun out. So let's show you what this air looks like. So there we go, nice air for the evening, no toilets or showers, but it's just what we needed for tonight, and it's a nice safe space for us to spend the night and just get over all that driving. What are you about to do, Rosie?
Wash me.
What was that?
Wash me.
So I've just been and it was cold, but I feel much better now. So now it's her turn. So our shower solution in the van is basically a rechargeable shower that you submerge into a bucket of water.
What's the temperature?
Oh yeah, this one shows us the temperature. 12 degrees, so it's pretty cold, but you know, but let's see how this goes. How's that?
Brain freeze.
So while Rosie's warming up from that shower, I thought I'd head out into the town and see what there is to see, basically. Wasn't a great deal to show you, but I did stumble across a bar which had sort of a small supermarket attached to it. So I obviously had to get the essentials, €5.50. Let's hope the price is not a reflection of the taste. Okay, we weren't going to pick you up for the rest of the evening. However, we've got a little bit of a dilemma. I told you we picked up this bottle of wine. Rosie's identified that it's got a cork. Do we have a corker? No, we don't. But
do we have a solution? Yes, we do.
to get into this bad boy, we're going to use a drill. Hopefully this works.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
I just want some wine. If all fails, just whack it in.
We got it open. Cheers, boo.
The next morning, we continued our journey through France, trying to escape the colder weather we had left behind in the UK.
We ventured south 3 hours today down to La Rochelle just to basically cover a bit of ground. We thought the weather would be warmer down here, but it's pretty cold. Oh, bloody hell. Nearly fell. As we venture further down to the south of France, I wanted to quickly interrupt this video and talk to you about a brand that we've supported for years. The guys over at Super Sparrow decided to reach out and offer to send us a load of their products so we can take them on our European adventure. Super Sparrow are a eco-friendly bottle company. They sent us 3 separate products: the big 1 litre double insulated flask, a smaller, more sporty looking double insulated flask, and they also sent us 2 of their double insulated travel coffee mugs, which have come in very handy on our drives through France. To give you a bit of context about how good these double insulated bottles really are, we left our hometown on Wednesday evening to go and catch the Eurotunnel on Thursday morning, and we filled these bottles full with ice water, and when we got into France they were still freezing cold. We've been using these bottles for years, even before Super Sparrow reached out, and we really do love the brand and their products, as well as the added benefit of them being a eco-friendly brand. So if you want to pick up any of Super Sparrow's products, then I'm going to leave a Amazon link to their storefront down in the description, and I'm also going to leave a direct website link in the description. Thanks again to Super Sparrow for being kind enough to send us these products to hydrate our adventure through Europe. And now, let's get back into the video.
After a cold night spent in La Rochelle, it was once again time to hit the road.
Hello everyone, it's a new day. We've ventured further south down from La Rochelle today to a little chateau in Bordeaux. Quick 2-hour drive today. However, these tolls in France, they're no joke. We hit one toll today and it was £26. But I guess that's the price we pay for driving through France. So the plan for today is just to relax here, and then I think later on the owner of this beautiful chateau is going to come and see us, and then we're going to do a little bit of a wine tasting, and let's face it, we're probably going to buy some bottles of wine. So after a warm welcome from the owner, we were invited inside to sample their delicious wines. We were also given a lesson on winemaking, the history of wine from the region of Bordeaux, and also taught the different methods of wine storage and how this can affect its taste. It was then onto the fun part of the sampling. We tried a few whites, a rosé and a selection of reds, and each one was just as good as the last. We can't recommend this experience enough. The family have a passion for what they do and are super hospitable towards people visiting with their vans. And the best part of all, this park up and the wine tasting were completely free. But of course, we did come away with a nice stock of wine to see us through the rest of our trip through France. We then ended the day with a good curry and a wine-filled rest. Good morning everyone, it's another new day and apologies if you can't hear me very well. I'm right by a busy road. We left the winery this morning and we've come down to a Carrefour, a massive supermarket, supercentre, shopping centre thing in France and also in Spain as well, because we were running low on food. And if I haven't mentioned this already, Rose is actually lactose intolerant and she's also now vegetarian and almost vegan, and I've pretty much decided to do the same. So we went to Lidl the other day and we had no luck finding anything that we could really eat, like meat alternatives and things. But I'll roll a clip now of the section in this supermarket. There was absolutely loads of food that we could actually eat. So we're really happy with that. I know I'd like to see someone unpacking their shopping. So we're going to take you back to the van and show you what we bought.
Right, good morning everybody. We've just been for a little shop. We probably spent about £50 in there, but it was worth it because we have got a variety of food. So we managed to get quite a few meat alternatives, a couple of cheeses. We got some lacto-free milk, which has been quite difficult to find.
Macchiato Alpro, never seen that back in the UK.
We got some
vegan
pain au chocolat.
Vegan pain au chocolat.
Because we are très French.
Gayo's is, because this is quite literally all we eat back home. Yeah, I got some really good bits from the Asian section. These soya sesame udon noodles, which we're probably going to have in a ramen.
We love Asian food.
Miso tofu soup, mushrooms, apples, broccoli, baguette. Some fresh pasta for tonight, some noodles and some wraps.
Not too bad for like 48 quid.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
And it'll probably last us like ages, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, we filled the fridge and the cupboards just before we left, and we've only now started to really run low on things that we can actually make meals out of. So
in the fridge,
the cupboards are still jam-packed, but we just needed these like meat alternatives to put in the fridge so we can have meals and lunches. But yeah, we're really chuffed with that, and this should see us through now until we go into northern Spain. So we're going to pack all this away and then we're going to head down to
like a body of water.
A body of water. It's kind of in like a nature reserve. It's technically in a hunting reserve as well, but not near the lake. And then we're actually getting a campsite for the evening because it's been 4 days and Rosie's starting to smell a bit. So we're going to head into a campsite for the evening, do all the van life chores and get a shower.
For vegans, we're smelling quite beefy.
So we'll pick you up when we get to the lake. Okay, we've left the lake and we've travelled further on down south, almost to the Spanish border, and we've had a hell of a time trying to find a campsite for the evening. But you may be looking at this background and thinking, oh, you must be in one now, and we definitely are. We found one. It's the only one open that's open all year round. A lot of them we went to were closed. We found this one, and this one has a pool.
Heated pool. It was only 25 euros. Let's go.
There's only one thing to do when you find a pool, especially a pool that's empty. Cannonball! Are you on your holidays, love? So we're going to enjoy this pool for a little while, get showered, get all the van chores done, and then we'll see you back in the van.
We woke up the next morning to freezing temperatures, so there was only one thing to do: jump in the van and head over the border to Spain. The drive into northern Spain was gorgeous, and before we knew it, we were pulling off the motorway to our park up to start our adventure through northern Spain.
And I think that is a great place to end this very first episode of our European adventure. In total, we managed to cross France from north to south in a little over 5 days. And now we've crossed over the Spanish border and we're currently in Santander. But to see all that and the rest of our adventures as we travel through northern Spain and into Portugal, you're going to have to stay tuned for next week's video. I really do hope you enjoyed watching this video. I know it seemed that we were just going from place to place and not really seeing or doing much, and quite frankly, that's what we intended to do anyway. However, we did see some beautiful things when we were driving through France. Definitely, if you've got the time and the budget to do it, seeing France in a van is definitely the way to go. If this is your first video of ours that you've seen, then hello and welcome. If you haven't seen the build series yet of us turning a plain old panel van into our very own tiny home on wheels, then I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist where you can watch it go from an empty van into our home that we're currently living in as we travel through Europe. And if you want to see daily updates of where we are as we get there, then head over onto our Instagram. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well, where we post daily updates on our stories. So stay tuned for the next one, but until then, I'll catch you next time.